I'm thinking louder than my brain can take. Have to say something, but words fade away. I want a picture of all of my mistakes, posted on the wall right in front of me. If I could get my feelings straight, my reflection wouldn't be so blurry. If I could see the whole dim landscape, then I'd know what to say to you. I'm moving in 'cause I need connection with you. Give you a sign, my communication's wordless. I'm moving in 'cause I need connection with you. Give you a sign, my communication's wordless. If I could speak up, then maybe you would hear, or maybe the tension could disappear. I'll give it a shot, a whisper in your ear. At least for a moment, you would be near. If I could get my feelings straight, my reflection wouldn't be so blurry. If I could see the whole dim landscape, then I'd know what to say to you. I'm moving in 'cause I need connection with you. Give you a sign, my communication's wordless. I'm moving in 'cause I need connection with you. Give you a sign, my communication's wordless. I'm moving in 'cause I need connection with you. Give you a sign, my communication's wordless. Give you a sign, my communication's wordless.
TT. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I want to say hello to everyone in the chat, everyone that's coming back to catch the replay, everybody in the comments. Also, give a huge shout out to all the wonderful content creators that actually presented before me and those that are presenting after me. Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for supporting me. All right, y'all. So I don't have that long to talk, but I wanted to share with you some tips on how to heal from a heartbreak that you got while you were in a relationship. So I'm not an expert at all. Also, thank you so much to everyone that has shared me out. I see y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. So let's go ahead and get into this. First things first. All right. Set the scene, set the tone. I'm talking about heartbreak. Heartbreak, that you experienced while in a relationship. Come on, y'all. Bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Come on. Give me a hug. Give a good hug. If you can't give me a hug, just wrap your arms like this and wrap your other arm like this and squeeze tight. Squeeze tight. Squeeze tight. And then fix your wig. Just playing. All right. So listen, this topic is different for most. A lot of us actually have experienced heartbreak before in some form or fashion. It can either be from, like I said, a relationship that you were involved in with someone that you were romantically with. Heartbreak can come from, family members. It can come from your coworkers. If it goes that far, by you having a relationship with your coworkers. It can also come from, maybe something you were trying to work hard with and you were working side by side with someone. It can also come, from someone passing away. So let's go ahead and get into these things that I've learned, things that I researched on. Like I said, if this helps you out, by all means, share it out. So the first things first, when dealing with heartbreak from a relationship, is to acknowledge that you are going through a heartbreak. Simple. Just acknowledge it. You can speak it, talk about it, identify it, write it out, yell it, scream it, type it out. Whatever you ought to do, dance it off. Acknowledge that you are going through a heartbreak. The next thing is to process. You have to process. Allow yourself to process. Feel what you are going through. Sort it out in your mind. If you got to write it down on paper, create yourself like a little blueprint or a roadmap. You know what I mean? Get it out there. It's better out than in, right? Okay. So the next thing, very, 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 very important. You need to surround yourself around folks that are willing to support you while you're going through this process of heartbreak. Make sure that you surround yourself around people. Now, a support system is very, very, very important. Why? Obvious reasons. Support system, well, for me, in reality, I got a support system because, for one, they hold me accountable. My support system celebrates me. My support system gives me a different point of view. And I don't have to always accept, their opinions. However, I respect my support system. My support system is not there to cause me any harm. My support system creates a safe space for me to express how I feel. And my support system has a great balance when it comes to talking and communication. So, with that being said, as far as having a support system, sometimes some of us may need to take things a little further with getting a counselor. There ain't nothing wrong with therapy. There's nothing wrong with therapy. There's nothing wrong with it. If you need to go to therapy for it, by all means. Some folks feel comfortable talking about their issues or their journey or their experiences with complete strangers. Why? Because they don't have to hear about it in the long run from someone else, or it never comes back. You go there, get it all out, however long you need. That person is there to listen, and that person is there to help you through the process. You determine. All right, so we've talked about acknowledging, identifying, getting it out there, processing because you need to sort it out, right? And then you got to surround yourself around people that are there for you to help you through. Now, after you get an accountability partner, it's very important to make sure that you are honest. Do not be afraid of what you're going through. You need to be truthful with yourself. Truthful with yourself, because if you're truthful with yourself, it's easier to, get through the process. That's just like going to the doctor and they ask you if you smoke. They be like, you smoke cigarettes? No, I don't smoke no cigarettes. The doctor know, because they're taking all these tests. They're doing an assessment. So just be honest. Honesty is the best policy. Why? Because you can get to the finish line a little bit more faster. Now, finish line. This is not a race. It's just a marathon. Everybody's journey is different. You have to be open to learning yourself, understanding yourself, understanding the triggers, or understanding how you got to feel the heartbreak or why you are where you at that time. You need to understand it. Then you have to be open to wanting to heal. Got to be open to heal. If you're not open to wanting to heal, then you're going to be stagnant. You're not going to be ready. And it's okay if you're not ready. There are a lot of things that we deal with in our life that some of us, we may have acknowledged, some things that we've experienced. There are some things that we have acknowledged, some things that, that we're going through, or things that we want to do, but we're simply not ready to face that process of healing. Now, with that being said, you need to make sure that you understand that this journey of healing is what you make it. It's just like, wanting to lose weight. Now, when you want to lose weight, what do you need to do? Even if you get surgery, you have to change the way you think, your thought process. It's very important. Changing your thought process. If you change your thought process, then your actions will change. Be like, okay, well, I want to lose weight, but I like eating late at night. I love laying in the bed eating ice cream. I always have cookies and pies somewhere near. So if I wake up and I'm drinking all this soda, well, okay. For a lot of folks, a lot of us, that's not going to work. Why? Because our body craves these things and these bad habits. So in order to be successful in your weight loss journey, you got to get up. You got to keep your body moving. You got to exercise. You need to put more good things in your body than bad. You have to balance, good moderations. You also need to prioritize this journey as well. So even with, healing, as opposed, and even with exercising, you really need to make sure that your mind is right. You're ready for this journey. And, like I said, if you're not ready, you're not ready. Another important thing is to remember that your journey is always going to be different from someone else's. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. My journey is going to be different from yours. Yours is going to be different from mine. Your journey is going to be different from your neighbors. It's totally fine. My story is different from your story. And sometimes when we deal with heartbreak, it kind of helps us to continue to do the right thing as far as looking out for yourself. Maybe you may not put yourself in the same situation if you come across someone similar. It does cause us to be on guard, but that's another thing. Sometimes when you go through a heartbreak, it's hard to not be on guard. Why? because if someone has the same characteristics as that person, you may not be open to knowing. But then a step further with that is what I've learned is that even if someone reminds me of another person that caused me heartbreak in a relationship, I often try to have an open communication with the new person and say, hey, or clarify. I see you do XYZ. What is your reason for doing XYZ? Because in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, they're going to do what whatchamacallit just did. And that may not be their intent. So just being careful with how much of a guard you hold up, but hey, everybody is different, right? Yeah, we all different. So the next thing that I learned is, aside from having an accountability partner, also being mindful of the company you keep while you're going through this process, not allowing yourself to dwell in someone else's feelings or allowing someone to make sure that you stay in that state of being depressed, emotional, or angry. You don't want to be angry. You're going to be angry for a little bit, but not angry 24/7. You don't want to be that way. So I have a friend who always gets on me, and I love her so much because she's like thebomb.com. So what she told me is that I'm going to let you do you for 30 days. On that 31st day, we need to come up with, we need to start the idea coming up with a plan. Because she's setting the expectation because she's agreed to be my accountability partner and she wants to see a change. Now, I've learned for me is that I may give myself 3 or 4 days to feel how I feel. But I also remember that the longer I stay in my funk, the harder it's going to be for me to get out of it, if that makes sense. So even though my accountability partner, and I trust her, has given me those 30 days, I try to take only a little small percentage of that because I don't want to move about the plane in such a funk and get lost mentally to where I forget myself, get lost in myself to where I cannot, flourish in other areas. I can spend 30 days with a chip on my shoulder, rightfully so, especially if someone's hurt my feelings or broke my heart. But if I just change the way I'm thinking, acknowledge, process, and I'm not afraid, and speak it out and get it out there and do things that keep me busy while I'm going through the journey of healing from having a heartbreak, if that makes sense, because I was in a relationship with someone, there are a lot of things that I can accomplish. Being open-minded to healing is very important. Being open-minded to change. Being open-minded to keeping myself busy. Being open-minded to allowing someone new to come in my life. Being open-minded to taking advice. Being open-minded to allow myself to have healthy relationships, healthy conversations with friends and family. Now, you don't have to tell everybody your business because, there are some folks that want to see you stay in that place. I'm pretty sure we all can, think of a few people that may want to see us in that space. But you don't have to be there for long. You really don't. And I've also learned that it's very important to trust yourself. If you trust yourself enough, give yourself a little grace. Give yourself time to process. Allow yourself to be in the moment and identify a couple of things that you don't want to take with you, that you want to leave behind. It's very important as well too. That's all going into the acknowledging and processing phase. Now, Accountability is very important, even if you cannot find someone that you trust, or if you just don't want to go to a therapist, which I get it. Okay. I'm not pushing therapy on you or counseling. If you wrote down your honest, true feelings about the situation at hand of going through heartbreak while in a relationship, are you able to write another line of how you would want things to go? And if you were able to write another line on a piece of paper of how you want things to go, if you came across someone, as I mentioned before, who had those same characteristics, but you clarified with them about their actual intent, are you willing to continue to have and or make the same choices in life? We all got choices, right? So when we have choices, we can choose to stay in the funk. We can choose to get out of it. Having a healthy relationship with yourself is very important. I've also learned that heartbreak sometimes can really make you second guess. It can put a pause on your actions, or you may have a second thought about, okay, if I knew that this was going to happen, if I knew my heart was going to be broken, if I knew that my feelings was going to be in it, if I knew I was going to be lovesick. Yeah, I experienced lovesick before, and that ain't something I ever want to go through ever again, being lovesick. I was younger. It was not, I didn't even know I was going through being lovesick. Y'all know them songs that they got on the radio? What's that song? My baby left me. Da na 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 na. You know them songs. She didn't come back. Da 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 da. I called her on the phone. Da na 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 na. And she said I was whack. Da na na na. I got the blues. Da na na na. I got the blues. Da na 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 na. I got the blues. You know songs like that, they was really serious back in the day. But we make fun of it now because we thinking like, oh yeah, that was back in the day. But I really be feeling that. I really be feeling that. All that stuff. And then you get all these other stuff, these other songs that they be having out there. Y'all know I love music and XYZ, all that good stuff, right? But we ain't gonna go on that today. But I can make light of this situation sometimes. But when you are at home by yourself and you get to thinking and reminiscing about everything, and you be like, dang, my heart, I'm really heartbroken. We could have been great had XYZ not happened. You know what I mean? But I don't know. This attitude of getting through being heartbroken and changing your thought process and changing your how you go about things, it is a journey. It's a real journey. But if you don't learn anything else from what I talked about in all my randomness, I just want you to really embrace the idea of not being afraid of going out there and having wonderful, healthy relationships. And I want you to not be afraid of your own voice. And I don't want you to ever don't forget that it is okay to acknowledge how you feel. And always remember that it is okay to not have a timeline on your journey. All right, y'all. So, in closing, don't forget to acknowledge how you feel, process how you feel, surround yourself with people, friends, family, accountability partner. Don't be afraid on how you feel. Be open-minded to your journey and to not measure the time or the length of your journey by others. We all go through heartbreak in some form or fashion at least once in our life, and everything is going to be okay. So remember what I told you. Wrap one arm right here or wrap another one and give yourself a big old hug. Why? Because you can get through this. Why? Because you can. And because I said so. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and go over to the next content creators channel. The link is down below. Peace out, y'all. Bye.
What is wrong with me? Do I care too carefully? What is wrong with me? Does somebody know? What is wrong with me? Do my thoughts go way too deep? What is wrong with me? Does somebody know? 'Cause I don't know, I don't know why. No, I don't know, I don't know why. What is wrong with me? Say 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 what is wrong with me? Oh yeah. What is wrong with me? Do I love too easily? What is wrong with me? Does anybody know? What is wrong with me? Should I try and take a leave? What is wrong with me? Does anybody know? 'Cause I don't know, I don't know why. No, I don't know, I don't know why. What is wrong with me? Say 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 what is wrong with me? Oh yeah. I'm thinking louder than my brain can take.